Okay, guys, we're going to be, and girls, we're going to be doing a neuro-ophthalmology exam today. And first of all, we're going to start by getting you to read this chart for me. If you could read it with both eyes, that'd be cool. If you could read down to the very bottom line, from here down to here, down to here, down to here. Yes, very good. That's 20/20 binocularly. Let's check how you do with just one eye. So I'm just going to, just cover up this one eye for you. And I'd like you to read the letter chart again for me, if you can. Let's bring that a bit closer. So if you could read the letter chart for me. Yes, perfect, 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 perfect. That's great. And we're going to do the other eye. So if you can look at the lesser chart for me, and let's just cover up that other eye. And if you could have a go at the letters there for me. If you start at the top and work your way down, that'd be so cool. Yes, yes, yes. And the very bottom line, if you could have a go at that for me, please. Yeah, that is 20/20. In each eye, you're doing good so far. So, okay, now what we're going to do next is I'm going to point at some letters with my finger, and I'd like you to tell me what the letter is. We're going to use both eyes, so I'd like you to tell me what this big letter is on the top here. Okay, good. And I'd like you to tell me that letter there that I'm pointing to. Yes, 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 yes. And I'd like you to tell me this teeny weeny letter just here for me, if you can. Yeah, that's great. That's good. All right. It's just that some people, if they have an amblyopia in the one eye, then it can mess the results up. So we're going to just try that again. And I'm just going to cover up your one eye. And I would like you to, I'd like you to tell me the letter that I'm pointing at. Yes, very good. And with the other eye, if you could tell me the letter that my finger is nearest to. Yes, yes, yes. That's great. Good for you. Alrighty. So what we're going to do next is we're just going to check out the macular function of your eyes. Now we do this by using what they call an Amsler grid. And this is this guy here. Now we're going to do it with both eyes to begin with. And what I want you to do, the trick is, I'll get you to look at the dot in the center of the grid, and while you're looking at the dot, I want you to tell me: do you notice all the straight lines, the grid pattern around it? Yeah, good. Now I want you to tell me if, just looking at the dot in the center, whether any of the lines along the grid are missing or distorted in any way, or wavy. Are you seeing any wavy lines? No? Excellent, that's good. So I'm going to do one eye at a time. So I'm just going to cover this one eye again. There you go. And I want you to keep looking, just at the dot in the center, and tell me if you notice any wavy lines, or any missing lines, or any distortion of any kind. No. Brilliant. Good for you. Alrighty. So let's just try the other eye. How you doing? You doing good? Alright, that's good. So keep looking at the Amsler grid, and if you look just at the dot in the center for me, and tell me if there's any lines that are wavy, or missing altogether, or distorted in any way. Yeah, that's good. Macular function, bellissimo. Okay, so let's just pop this down over here. And what we're going to do next, we're going to check out the color vision of your two eyes. So we're going to use the Ishihara plates. Now, what these are they're kind of plates like a mosaic, and in the center is a number. And I want you to tell me what number it is that you see. So If I hold this up, can you tell me what number that is? Yeah, good for you. Can you tell me what number this is here? 74? Yes, 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 yes. Can you tell me what this number is here? 3. Yes, good. Okay, good. And can you tell me this number here? 6. Brilliant, good for you. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get the hair out of my eyes, and I'm going to cover up your one eye. And what I want you to do is I want you to keep looking at the 74 for me. And and I want you to trace the 7 and the 4 with your fingers, please. If you could do that for me. Yes. Well done. Good for you. Alrighty, I'm going to do the same again with the other eye, but this time I want you to do it the other way around. I want you to trace the 4 first and then the 7. Okay, if you can get your fingers at the ready and have a look at the 74. If I can just bring that up a little bit, and I'm going to cover up your one eye. And if you could trace the 7 and the 4 for me. Yes, 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 yes. That's great, good for you. So far, so good. All right, so we're going to check now your pupil function. So, I'm going to shine a light in your eyes. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shine it from below first, just to check that your pupils are equal and there isn't any difference between them appreciably. Got nice eyes. Okay, good. So what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to dim the light just a little bit. So if you bear with me just 1 second. Right, so it's nice and cozy, and I'm just going to have a look in the dim conditions, and I'm just going to shine this light again just to check that they've dilated equally, which they have. Oh man, you're good at this. That's great. Okay, let's just pop the light back on. We are good to go. So I'm just going to shine it directly into your eyes now. So if I get you to look straight ahead for me, and if I get you to look, say one of the lights here, if you look at that one there, and I'm just going to shine a light in your eyes just for a second or two. Okay. And now, if you could look at the just the tip of my nose, please. That is great. Good, good, good. We're going to do now the swinging light test. So what I'm going to get you to do is if you could put your hand up just between your eyes like that. That's perfect. Good. And I'm just going to be swinging the light from one eye to the next. And what should happen is that once the eyes receive the stimulus on one side, they should react on the other side as well. So they should constrict and dilate at the same time. So if I get you to, that's it, if you keep your, brilliant, good. And if you keep looking straight ahead for me, and I'm just going to swing the light to and fro, to and fro, left to right, to and fro. Okay, good. All right, all present and correct. So I'm going to do the same again, but this time I'm going to use something called a neutral density filter on the one side. Now what should happen is that I should shine the light in one eye and the pupil should constrict. And if I hold the neutral density filter, which is this little guy here, if I hold it up in front of the other eye, it should remain dilated. So let's just try that. Yes, Good, good, good. Let's try the other eye. You, sir, madam, are a star. So, let's see where we're at. Now I'm going to get you to follow the light this time. You should be used to this by now. So, if I get you to keeping your head still, there you go, good for you. I want you to look at the light at the end of the torch just here. And I want you to follow the light, but I want you to just follow it just with your eyes, if you wouldn't mind, okay? Just with your eyes. So, keep looking at the light for me. And if you could follow the light with your eyes. Okay, perfect. And we usually do it in like an H pattern. Keep looking at the light. There you go. Try not to focus on me. Just to check that the eye muscles, all the ocular muscles, are working as they should be. Yes, good for you. Okay, and now we're going to try diagonally, so if you can keep looking just at the light, just here for me, and just follow the light. That's it, if you keep your head still. Brilliant. All right, good, and keep on following the light just with your eyes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. All right, good. Eye muscles present and correct. That's good. So, let's see what we'll do next. And we'll just do a little bit of near and far. And this checks your convergence, what your eyes are turning in, like when you look at your finger like that. So if I get you to look at the light here for me, and I'm just going to bring it, I'm just going to bring it further away, and I'd like you to keep looking at the light for me, please. Keep looking at the light, keep looking at the light, keep looking at the light. I'm going to bring it a little bit further, a bit closer rather, and a little bit further away. Good, good, good. Keep looking at the light for me. And I'm going to bring it a little bit closer. And a little bit further away. Good, good, good. And a little bit closer. And a little bit further away. And just two more if I get you to look at the light. I'm going to bring it a little bit closer. And a little bit further away. Yes, good, good, good. That's great. You were doing very, 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 very well. You've passed the test so far. 10 out of 10, 100%, so we're doing good. All right, and we're going to do something next called confrontational fields. Don't worry, I'm not going to get confrontational or anything, but what I get you to do is, if I get you to look at the bridge of my nose, we'll try with two eyes, both eyes open to begin with. And I'm going to hold up some fingers, and I want you to tell me how many fingers I'm holding up. Okay, got it? All right, good. So both eyes, and if you can look just here, bridge of my nose, and tell me, good, 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 good. Okay, excellent, good. Now, if you were going to use two hands at the same time, both eyes open again, and tell me how many fingers that you see. Yes, yes, good. Mm-hmm. All right, good. So if I give you this, and if I get you to just cover up for me your left eye, I'm going to do exactly the same again, and I'd like you to tell me how many fingers I'm holding up. And again, this checks your field of view. It's a very rough and ready way of checking your field of view, but it's worked for decades. So if I get you to look, that's it, just cover up that one eye. And if you look at the bridge of my nose, tell me how many fingers. Yes, yes, yes. Mm-hmm. Good. All right, so if you can cover, that's it, if you use the occluder to cover your other eye for me. And we're going to do exactly the same thing with the other eye. So look here and tell me how many fingers I'm holding up. Good. Tried to trick you. Didn't work. Yes, good. Okay. Okay, and this tells me whether you're into metal or not. How many fingers? Yes, good for you. Okay, we're doing good. So, alrighty, so we're going to do something now called read desaturation. Now, it's a color-based test again, but this time, and it tells us whether there's any difference in your optic nerve function between the two eyes, which can bring up potential problems. So what I have here is a bunch of flowers. Now, if you look at the flowers for me, and I'm going to cover up the one eye, and I'd like you to tell me if I then cover your other eye, whether the flowers look the same depth of red. Okay, so we'll do that just once more. Actually, we'll use the occluder because it's a little bit more efficient. So if you look at the flowers for me and note the depth of the red, the color red, and if I cover the other eye, tell me if there's any difference in the redness of the flowers. You tell me? All right, good. So what I'm going to get you to do is, if you can look at me, if you look at the bridge of my nose, and I'm going to bring the flowers just across your vision like this. Okay. And you tell me if there's any change in the color of the redness. About the same? Good, good, good. All right, let's just try that once more. If you can look at the flowers for me, and if you note the color red, and do the same with the other eye, and tell me any difference in the color, any difference in the brightness of the red. No, not the same. Excellent, that's great. Okay, so we're going to check the trigeminal nerve now. Then that's responsible for the facial muscles. So what I need to do is first, as it applies to the eyes, and I just need to check your corneal reflex. Now, don't worry, it's not going to hurt or anything, but I'm just going to, I don't know whether you've noticed, but at the end of this cotton bud, I've just made a little bit of a wispy bit just here. Now, I'm going to bring it up to your eye, okay, and it should induce a blink reflex. So it's not going to hurt. I'm just going to brush it against the very, very edge of your cornea. So if I get you to look at one of the lights again for me, I'm just going to bring that up. Blink. Good. And again. Blink. Yes. And once more on this side. Blink. Yeah, that's good. All right, so do the same with the other eyes. If you look somewhere over there for me, have a good blink. That's great. Good, good, good. So I'm just going to bring this up. Blink. And blink. And blink. Yeah, that's great. So I'm just going to snap this little guy in half. Now, got some rough edges here. So the three divisions of the trigeminal nerve, forehead and cheeks and chin. If you can shut your eyes for me, please. And I'm going to just scratch these along your forehead. And tell me, does it feel the same on either side? Yeah? About the same? And your cheeks, just going to brush them along your cheeks. About the same? Okay. And along your chin. All right, good. Feel about the same? Good. We are doing fantastically. Okay, good. So let me just check you. If you can clench your jaw for me, please. The trigeminal also is responsible for your mastication muscles. So let me just pop my hands either side of your jaw, and if you can clench your jaw for me, please. Yeah, good. And what I'd like you to do now is if you can open your jaw for me, and I'm going to try and shut it if you can resist. Okay, so I'm going to place my hand top of your head, and I'm going to get you to resist. Yeah, perfect. That's great. And also the trigeminal is responsible for the jaw. So I'm just going to place my my fingers just on your jaw, and with this hammer. Don't worry, I'm not going to hit you hard or anything. I'm just going to very lightly tap this, and there should be a reflex action of the jaws. So we just place this here, and perfect. That's great. You're doing good. Let's just pop that there. Now this tuning fork, normally we'd use it for hearing, obviously, but it's nice and cold. So with the same kind of deal as the Q-tip, I'm just going to, if I get you to close your eyes, there you go. I'm just going to rest this against your forehead. I'd like you to tell me, if I put it on the other side, does it feel about the same amount of cold? Yes, yeah, good. Okay, and if I put it on your cheeks? Okay, good. And either side of your chin? Can you feel the cold? It's about the same amount, yeah, good. All right, so I'm going to get it to vibrate now, and I want you to tell me on either side of your forehead, your cheeks and your chin, whether the vibrations feel about the same. Okay? Ready? Okay. Let's do that again. Does that feel about the same on either side? Okay, let's do your cheeks. About the same? Good. Chin. Let's try that once more. Oops. About the same? Perfect. That's great. Okay. All right, so we're into the home stretch now. I just need to check very basically check your hearing, because it's all kind of connected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my hands on either side of your head, and I'm going to make this kind of a noise, okay, on either ear. Now the trick is I'm going to get you to close your eyes for me. There you go. And I'm going to get you to tell me which side you hear the rustle of the gloves. So I'm just going to pop this on either side and tell me left or right. Left, yeah. And now good. Okay, good. And now. Good. 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 Perfect. That's great. Now you can open your eyes this time. Now this time, what I want you to do is, if you look at the bridge of my nose just here, and I'm going to make the same sound And I want you to tell me when the sound disappears, okay, when you can't hear it anymore. So, there you go. Okay. Perfect. Good for you. All right. And as a special treat, I have this little guy here. Now let's just check if you've got perfect pitch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a nose on either side. You keep your eyes shut and you tell me what the nose is. Okay? So, okay, eyes shut. There you go. And tell me. Oops. Let's do that again. That's a G. Yeah, well done. And this. That's a C. Yeah. Okay, we're going to do the other side now. Keep your eyes shut for me. And I'm just going to bring this across and you tell me what note this is. Let's try again. Okay. That's a bit loud. Yeah, that's an A, good. And the last one, tell me what you think this nose is. Jeez, that's loud, I'm so sorry. That is an E, you're dead right. You have absolutely perfect pitch. Do you know what? This is what happens when you put a big, full-size jumbo guitar on the wrong washing machine settings. Look how it shrunk. Just look how it shrunk. Always wash your musical instruments on a delicate spin at a low temperature, or this will happen. Okay. You've been a brilliant patient. Thank you so much. We'll see you again next time. And as a token of my appreciation, I would like you to have this bunch of flowers because you've been so good and you're so good looking and intelligent and smart and awesome. So you take these away, put them in some water, or actually they're going to die because they're not real. But if you take those anyway as a token of my esteem, and we'll see you again next time.